joined on a Sunday
Yeah, go on.
Sunday early evening, and I can see some of the names. Sonali ji is there, and Puneet Kaur is there, Dr. Ashutosh Singh, Ritu Mishra ji. But ये सारे मेरे ख्याल से अयोध्या से है. हमारी जो registration list है. So has anybody from Nepal joined? Modern English School से कोई है? Because वहाँ से 10 एक registrations थे, लेकिन मेरे को यहाँ पे नहीं दिख रहा है नाम.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I am from Modern Indian School.
Oh, you are there from more. Very nice, very nice. So welcome to you as well. Yeah. So we have people from Ayodhya and we have people from Nepal. In addition, I think Bareilly में कुछ लोगों ने register किया था. So Bareilly, and we had Kanpur, and we had I think Anshu from Lucknow. But that's okay, fine. So we have 15 participants, which is great. So I would also like to welcome
Hello.
Puneet Kaur ji. Yeah, so I would also like to welcome the Sagarmitra team that is here of Ramachandran and Vishal Sonkul, and would like to introduce Vinod Bodhankar. Vinod Bodhankar is the person who's the founder of Sagarmitra Initiative. Sagarmitra Initiative was started 15 years ago, and before that, he established an organization called Vishwa Sanskruti. So Vishwa Sanskruti is an ashram where deep level thinking and research happens to find out how human suffering can be reduced. You know, how can we find out what things are going wrong and what corrective actions could be taken. So Sagarmitra is one of the initiatives that has got initiated under the Vishwa Sanskruti thinking methodology. And Vinod Bodhankar is single-handedly responsible in initiating and founding both these organizations. And there is deep level of research that has gone into it. There is a deep level of field work that has gone into it. And this program of Sagarmitra has now got validated over 4 lakh students, school students. Right? So, so thank you all for coming in. And I think you guys are all very fortunate to be here, because this is going to be a life transforming series of sessions. So today we are on session number 1, and we're going to continue for the next 3 Sundays for the second, third, and fourth session. So today we do Sagarmitra introduction. Then the next one we do Sagar Manthan, where we actually try and understand what the ocean is all about. Then the third session will be Sagar Pradushan, what's going wrong. And the fourth session, we will look at Sagar Shuddhi, what we need to do. So, so look forward to a wonderful session. If you have a question, please put it in the chat, and we will have the last 10-15 minutes for question answer. All right, great. So, all yours.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Raju, my brother. Right. So this program is about give back to community. It's the sentiment expressed by the very name of the organization, which is a co-host with us. How do we give back to the community? And if the community is the community of all the species, if I take a look at all the vegetation and the forests, there is a community of trees, these are living beings, and they are giving us all the oxygen, all of it. So how do I give back to the greenery on the planet? Sagarmitra is about that. Sagarmitra is about giving back to the greenery which is there on the planet. The greenery is extremely important because all life is based on vegetable life first. Unless there is a green biodiversity, there can be no animals 2-legged or 4-legged. So Sagarmitra is about giving back to community. I think at the level of name itself, we are doing the same work. 2021 to 2030, we are almost in the middle of this decade. The United Nations, with 197 plus countries thinking in their wisdom, collective wisdom of all these nations, have decided it is the decade for ensuring the health of the ocean. There are different ways in which they write that line. So it is the decade for ensuring the health of the ocean. You can note from what I started. From 2011, we started the Sagarmitra program. We anticipated this by 10 years. Why does the United Nations celebrate something for a decade? Because through organizations like UNICEF for education and culture, they want to make sure that the youth get involved. The older people may not be very open to widening beyond their nation or beyond their religion or beyond their culture because minds and hearts get frozen. But the young people who participate in the United Nations programs, they are useful in scaling up the youth action. And the youth action becomes the world which takes over. No, all of us pass away, and that those are the citizens who take over from us. So there is a lot of wisdom which goes into planning 10 years. So we are glad that the United Nations has also centralized or focused on the ocean for this entire decade. Within this decade and before that, 100 years before that, and now we have to see 100 years afterwards what is going on, we'll find that we have been leaving polluted footprints which we are leaving behind. And now the new footprints have to be to clean up the pollution. It's a simple journey. Our footprints have left a lot of dirt, a lot of pollution around. We will see the quantification of that in some shocking ways. Now our footprints have to be an evolved way of life. I won't say new. It has to evolve from where we are. कारवां जहां तक आ गया है वहां से आगे निकलेगा. वो वापस जाके कहां से 0 पॉइंट से नया नहीं निकालना है कारवां. सो जहां जहां तक कारवां आ गया है रास्ता, वहीं से निकलती है मंजिल की राहें. So we have come up to somewhere, and now from here, where do we go? So Sagarmitra is a program which will be now introduced to you. Behind Sagarmitra are some CSR groups called Cummins India, Suzlon, Unicor. They help us with the logistics. And those of you who know Dr. Rajendra Singh, who is a waterman, he is very directly behind implementing this program because from last year, Jal Biradari has officially agreed to implement this program also. This is the logo of the United Nations Decade of Ocean Science for Sustainable Development. That is the official long name for it. Now, in response to international programs like 17 Sustainable Development Goals, another United Nations manifesto for the planet, the National Education Policy, which was finalized in 2020, says very clearly that India is a signatory of the 17 Sustainable Development Goals. And so all of those, not only the government, but every department, every ministry, every school, every teacher, every child, every family, when India signs, all of us have signed on the 17. Now it's a tall ask, how do I even study the 17? I'm not talking about experts like us, but for the general population. So we decided to create a program. If the children do the program, they should be exposed to all these 17, whether we list these 17 or not. So Sagarmitra is a program which is aligned with the National Education Policy 2020. And therefore, because the National Education Policy aligns with the 17 Sustainable Goals, Sagarmitra is aligned with both of these. Sagarmitra is aligned with both of these. Deliberately, I had a discussion with Captain, and he suggested that to me to alter the manner in which I had presented to UNICEF, and that these are teachers, and let us go through the National Education Policy. So National Education Policy 2020 has given a certain agenda, a mission, a vision for all Indian teachers. We are going to take a one-page look at it. Now, while we talk about National Education Policy, something about Sagarmitra you should know. So the smallest introduction to Sagarmitra in 3 pictures I have kept below. If I had only 3 minutes, this is the pictures I would show. Sagarmitra starts with a presentation to students and teachers. Now, what you see there is a Bal Shikshan Mandir school. Typically, at the beginning of the year, they call us for 4th and 5th standard. The children sit and their parents also come. Depends on the school. Here, what you see in the auditorium is the children and their parents, both. And we take a 90-minute program over there. So that is a presentation to sensitize the children, the parents, the teachers, to the importance of greenery and the importance of the ocean. We'll come to that. What is there inside the presentation, we'll come to that. But there is a presentation. That presentation results in the children start the action on that day itself. The action begins there itself. The action doesn't require any expenses. Zero expense, zero capacity building. The child can do the activity which is suggested to the child right away. So we sensitize the children through a presentation, and that means they get mobilized. When you are sensitized, you get mobilized. We focus on mobilizing the individual. It so happens that they are working in groups, and so the group becomes mobilized by itself. So the children are left with, let us say, if I am a child in a class with 40 students, then in 5th standard, I see only 3 children are bringing plastic. Then after 2 months, I see, oh, 10 children are bringing. And then I think, oh, why am I not bringing? So gradually from 5th to 9th standard, the entire class starts bringing. We are not in a hurry to do that. We want the children to change, not because it is a law, not because it is a rule, not because they feel a threat, but because they understand group dynamics. And one by one, as the children start getting into the task, we find that the entire class starts bringing. We need the teachers to take a particular role in this, which costs them not more than 10 or 15 minutes in the week, not more than 2 or 3 hours in the month. For the teachers, it is not a very big deal. By 2021, that means 10 years, 2011 to 2021. 2020 and 2021, you'll remember, were the COVID years. By 2021, we had 200,000 students. It took us 10 years. And now in the 5 years after that, we have added 200,000 students. So the speed has doubled now. It will now go exponential. Now we'll not be able to count now. So there were 200 schools, 150 housing societies, 200,000 students by 2021. Even during COVID, when the schools were closed, all of you know, for 2 years, the schools were closed. In January to December 2020, the children and their families fetched 101 tons of waste plastic. That is 100,000 kilos. In January to December 2021, they fetched 117 tons of waste plastic. And none of the children felt that they were doing something very big. Each child brings something like a small bag like this once a month. The enthusiastic children will bring a larger bag. So here I wanted to show you 3 pictures so that you get a broad idea. We are going to look at the national education policy in the light of the presentation of a sensitizing series of slides, which mobilizes the children into an activity called collecting home plastic. केवल घर का plastic, घर के बाहर का नहीं उठाता. Very easy to do. And that mobilization results in a recollection of the plastic. The child collects at home, then comes and brings it to school. And in the school, it is taken away by a vehicle. So when there is a presentation and mobilization, what happens is a recollection of the plastic. The plastic which is recollected does not go into the water bodies, does not go into the lake, does not go into the river, does not go into the nala or the stream. And because it does not go into the streams and the tributaries and the rivers, it does not go into the ocean. It is a preventive program. So let's go ahead. That's the smallest introduction of Sagarmitra that I could do for you. Today's introduction to Sagarmitra. We will try to scale it up. At some stage, it might seem to be a little involved and a little difficult. Doesn't matter. Let's go through it. What I'm showing you is not the level which is shown to the children. We are looking at it as stakeholders, as teachers. Now here is the National Education Policy, one of the pages. NEP 2020, under that name, NEP2020.pdf, it is available as a free download on the internet. So we downloaded that and we studied. Me and my wife, she is a teacher. She retired as the director of Sainik School. We studied the National Education Policy for 2 full years. And we found that what should have been the introduction of the policy or the conclusion of the policy is given completely in the paragraph number 11.8. I'm deliberately going into this because I am assuming that the teachers will already know this or they will be interested in what we are talking about. It is National Education Policy. That is our work every day. Now the National Education Policy, thank God for the people who were involved in it. We are impressed with it. The NITI Aayog people and the teachers and whoever got involved. They have created not the old kind of educational vision, but a vision for the citizens' character development. And that character development is not from an external source, but internal, means self-development of one's own character. It is designed like that. Is it interpreted like that by every teacher? Is it interpreted like that by every trust, which is an educational trust? It remains to be seen. According to us, if Sagarmitra enters the school, college, whatever educational institute, then they will understand 11.8 because Sagarmitra is the implementation of 11.8. So introducing Sagarmitra as an implementation tool for the national education policy, hence it is an implementation tool in the hands of the teacher. And it is much, much easier than the way national education policy is normally taught for 3 or 4 days of a workshop, which the government arranges. Sagarmitra can be learnt in 90 minutes. So let us see what are the key things in the entire national education policy. They can be summarized as 4 things. The backbone or the pillars. So first 3 pillars are in one line. The third line of the paragraph 11.8. One is community engagement. The teachers and the children should be involved in an activity which is not just a laboratory display. It must result in a measurable change for the community. The community might be the school itself, or the community might be the entire city or the town or the village. So community engagement must be there. So that involves teaching the children the value of service. So that is one pillar which is given. Captain, I will not admit them. I think there are people coming in.
We are doing.
Yeah. So I will continue. And whenever you say go back and recap it, if many people came new, we can just very quickly do it.
Yeah. No, we go ahead now.
Okay, we'll just go ahead. I think we can bring them back at the end into this. So the national education policy can be implemented through the program Sagarmitra, which is being introduced to you. The national education policy in a single line in the para 11.8 says community engagement and service is one skill which has to be part of the character development of the child. The second is environmental education through science and value-based education through spirituality. And the fourth part, which is there, I'll come to later, but the detail of one, environment education, which will be through science, will include areas such as climate change, pollution, waste management, sanitation, conservation of biological diversity, management of biological resources and biodiversity, forest conservation and wildlife conservation. Please remember forest conservation. So environment education obviously will involve all the science required within environment, the study of environment. So environment education through science. And the second one is value-based education through spirituality. Our national education policy is crystal clear about value-based education. What do they mean by that? They say that for the teachers and the children and all the master trainers who train the teachers, there should be development of humanistic, ethical, constitutional, and universal human values. And they have named the values in English and Hindi. Truth, Satya, righteous conduct, Dharma, peace, Shanti, peace in a time of war all over the world. Love, Prem, compassion at a time when nations are hating each other. Non-violence at a time when we see violence all around us between major nations. And scientific temper, citizenship values. There is one more part which is given, the fourth part which is given is global citizenship education. What it literally means is if we teach the children Bharat Swachhata Abhiyaan, that is Indian citizenship education. We must expand it to include global citizenship education. So Swachh Bharat Abhiyaan has to transform into Swachh Prithvi Abhiyaan. So even in the words, okay, even in the words it has to transform. So there are 4 values which you will see again a few times. इसको हिंदी में है वैज्ञानिक दृष्टिकोण, आध्यात्मिक मूल्य, लोक सहभाग और जागतिक नागरिकत्व. Scientific temper, spiritual values, community engagement, and global citizenship. These are the 4 values, and this is going to be audited. I don't know if any of your schools have come under the audit. It has taken them 5 years to try to build up to a universal audit for all schools in India. It's going to take some time. One of our statesmen, Atal Bihari Vajpayee, one of our ex-prime ministers, respected Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji, knew that we would have to heal a lot of damage which has been done. So he used to say that we are in a निर्माणों का पावन युग. निर्माणों के पावन युग में हम चरित्र निर्माण न भूलें. If we want to reconstruct the world around us into something which is safe for everybody, then we'll have to reconstruct our inner character. He was very clear about that. निर्माणों के पावन युग में हम चरित्र निर्माण न भूले, चरित्र निर्माण न भूले. The four pillars of national education policy are exactly the four qualities required for the global citizens' character development. Sagarmitra is a vehicle which accomplishes this without the children having to read national education policy. I'm not going to read all of this. I'm just going to show here that Sagarmitra helps us to get the children into वैज्ञानिक दृष्टिकोण, आध्यात्मिक मूल्य, लोक सहभाग, जागतिक नागरिकत्व. This is important because there are some details of the national education policy. I'm not going into this. This is an advanced course of Sagarmitra. But there is a national perspective which is given in the national education policy. There's a professional perspective, there's a global perspective. And the global perspective is, this is our version of what is the global perspective which is given. Sagarmitra ensures both of these is what I want to say. This detail we are not going into today. I just wanted to say that we are rooted deeply into NEP 2020. So for the next 5 slides, at the top you will find NEP 2020, National Education Policy 2020, a response to current global challenges. Now, where did this come from? A response to current global challenges. Let me quickly go back. The fourth part which you see here, 4, the green arrow which is there. As the world is becoming increasingly interconnected, global citizenship education, a response to contemporary global challenges. A response to contemporary means current, global challenges. That is where I picked it from. A response to contemporary global challenges. Let me go to that. Yeah. NEP 2020, a response to current global challenges. So here we say, what is the current global challenge? If the national education policy is telling us, be a global citizen as a teacher, teach global citizenship to children, and global citizenship means engaging with the current global challenge. So what is the current global challenge? It is not the war which is going on. The current global challenge is the global warming. We get a partial look at it from the Indian point of view. Let me go into that. The farmer has been receiving for centuries together 180 days of rain during the monsoon. Because of the global warming and the climate change, because of that, it is raining only for 40 days now. In those 40 days, all the rain which used to fall in 180 days, it rains in those 40 to 60 days. Means it's a very big distortion. Nature had created a particular rhythm and a cycle of 12 months in which it would rain for nearly 4 months. And now all the rain falls in about 1.5 months scattered. Sometimes it comes 1 month before, sometimes comes 1 month late. As a result of that, there are more floods and there are more droughts in India than we had immediately in the first 20 years after our 1947 independence. So global warming has resulted in a direct attack on our farming and our farmer, who is the backbone of our economy. So global warming is not only a current global challenge all over the world, but it is also the primary challenge for India because it is shifting our monsoon pattern. So we say to the children and to the teachers that whenever anyone says global warming, say global cooling 20 times. Remember in 1947 and before that, if anyone said British are ruling us, we have to say 20 times, then let us rule ourselves. Many British are ruling us. So let us find Swaraj. So if someone says British are ruling us 1 time, I have to say, let us find the Swaraj for 1,000 times. Till the Swaraj comes, I have to keep on repeating the opposite. So whenever anyone says global warming, which is shown in one picture, we say global cooling. And so when children, we talk to the children, we show them this slide first, and we say, children, you are going to be a global cooling trustee. So we look at the solution and we name the solution. When we name the solution, the enriched weaving of a fabric around the solution begins for the child. And by the end of our talk, he is ready to do the work for it. So as a part and parcel of national education policy, we are responding to a current global challenge, and the global challenge is what is the national challenge, and at the village level also it is the challenge. Global warming has disturbed our rain patterns, and we must go for global cooling. So who does the global cooling? Now, as part of national education policy, being teachers who want to respond to the current global challenge, so we have to see now who does the global cooling. The ocean's hidden climate engine is the forest in the ocean. Who does the global cooling? The forest does it. How many forests are there on the planet? 30% forests are on the land. Only 30%. And 70% forests are in the ocean. The major global cooling engine is this forest that you see. ये जो जंगल दिख रहा है आपको समंदर का, इसको आपके मन में रख लो, आपके बुद्धि में रख लो, आपकी भावनाओं में रख लो, आपके हृदय में रख लो, आपके रूह में रख लो, आपके वजूद में बिठा दो. Keep it in your mind, in your heart, in your emotions, in your soul, and write it into your paradigm for the planet. You make this your worldview. That when we say forest, we are talking only about half the forest, 30% of the forest. We are teaching to ourselves and to the children. It's a very big blind spot for even the ministries. That the forest is the forest on the land. The forest on the land does 30% of the cooling, and the forest in the ocean does 70% of the cooling. And between them, this greenery, 100% of the forest on our planet, does the global cooling. So whenever anybody says global warming, please say global cooling 100 times. You can say it to yourself. Then you will start speaking it out also. Climate action must embrace the floating ocean forest if we are to achieve the planetary cooling targets. We have to look at the oceans and the forests in the ocean. If I freeze this video, if you see the ocean forest which is along the equator here in the Pacific, that is about 17,000 kilometers long. 17,000 kilometers long. We could fit 10 India into it. इतने बड़े जंगल हैं और हमें पता भी नहीं, क्योंकि हम भूगोल सिखाते हैं, भूजलगोल नहीं सिखाते. हम ज्योग्राफी सिखाते हैं, जियो हाइड्रोग्राफी नहीं सिखाते. एवरी वर्ड इज इंपॉर्टेंट. हम फॉरेस्ट एंड लैंड टेरेस्ट्रियल फॉरेस्ट सिखाते हैं, एक्वेटिक फॉरेस्ट नहीं सिखाते. Every word is important because word changes into behavior, word changes into policy. When we make a forest policy, if we make a policy only for the forest on the land, we are wrong by 70%. Kiranjit Sandhuji is coming. We can formally welcome her. I think that one will be open.
Sandhuji, namaskar. Kiranji, welcome.
You continue.
Hello, good evening, everyone. Sorry, I'm right here.
Just extremely quick.
Great, good you could join, so we continue.
Exactly in time for the short recap.
Good to see a lot of people.
Thank you, Kiranjit Sandhuji, for hosting this for us. So,
absolutely.
The national education policy does say that we should respond to current global challenges, and the largest global challenge is global warming. And whenever anyone says global warming, we should say global cooling very quickly, because global cooling is the solution. And global cooling is done by the forests. 30% of the global cooling is done by the land forest. So we save the land forest, no doubt about it. But we are here to increase our responsibility. We have to save the ocean forest also. So when we say, as part of national education policy, we will respond to the current global challenges. So we will respond to the global warming. We will respond to the global cooling need. Then we must recognize that the major global cooling is done by the forest. Actually, nobody does the cooling but the forest. So 70% of the cooling is done by the forest, which you can see in a real satellite map of the planet. These forests are giant forests. It's unfortunate that we did not teach these to the children over the last 20 years. So the children and the adults and the ministers and the who were children at one time and the conservator of forest, they think that we have to save the forest in India. What about the forest in Bay of Bengal? What about the forest in Arabian Sea? No, that is not part of our map. What about the forest to be saved in the Pacific Ocean? That is not a part of our map of India. It's a very strange paradigm which has to be changed. So it can be changed from the students themselves. Climate action must embrace floating ocean forests because they are giving us 70% of the cooling. Maximum part of the ocean forests look like this. They are invisible. In every drop of ocean, there are 50,000 trees. I want you to stretch your mind for this one small complex thing, then we go into simpler areas. When we say that the ocean is the core climate engine for the planet and we have to save the ocean because it decides the climate on the planet. We have to actually save this greenery which is there in every drop of the ocean. If you take a global average of the ocean, in every drop there are 50,000 trees. So there will be some areas where there are millions of these small trees. In one drop, these are microscopic, you cannot see with the eye. Under electronic microscope, you can be shown what it is. So in every drop, on an average, 50,000 trees. These are different forests, you know. This forest, which is microscopic, is our primary cooling system. It has been invisible for so many years. Our job is to make it visible. So these microscopic plants, they do photosynthesis, and photosynthesis catches hold of the carbon and so cools the planet. The lesser the carbon in the air, the more the cooling of the planet. So what is it that these greenery do? They catch hold of the carbon. 50% of this carbon is caught hold by the microscopic trees in the salt water, and 20% is caught hold of by the coastal greenery, which is between the land of the continent and the ocean. So the coastal greenery is khare pani ka jungle, salt water jungle only. So together, 70% of the forest which we have ignored, well-nigh ignored in our official policies, in our legislations, we don't even recognize they are a part of our country. We just draw the political map and say, whatever is inside is the forest for me. So we have not protected this forest. On the contrary, we are destroying this. How are we destroying this forest? By throwing millions of tons of plastic, we destroy the forest. So how many million tons we throw? 14 million tons of waste plastic we throw. So now we come to the Sagarmitra action program of collecting plastic. Why do we ask the children to collect plastic? Because we say globally we throw it, so every person must pick up. If billions of people are throwing, billions of people will have to pick up. And we give the confidence to the child that yes, all the 8 billion people will learn how to do it. Don't worry. Don't worry. All the children, all the parents, everyone is going to learn how to collect plastic. So 14 billion tons of waste plastic is entering the oceans every year. That is a huge amount of plastic. This results in surface layers. There are thick layers of plastic on the ocean which go up to 2,000 kilometers. And these layers are interfering with the sunlight coming and creating photosynthesis in the greenery. So I won't go more detailed. The plastic is destroying the greenery by preventing the sunlight from hitting the greenery. So there is a systems decline. So there is one word which I want to brand into your mind. I want to burn it into your mind. I want you to accept this word with love. The word is forest. Words decide our policy and behavior. The adult and the children have to learn that the forest means ocean forest and land forest together. Change the meaning of the word, please. Currently, if I ask a person who has not done Sagarmitra, what is the forest? They will talk about a tree with the roots in the ground. They will not talk about 50,000 trees inside a drop of water. So the word forest has to change the meaning in our mind for the teachers and the students. We should understand the word as forest means aquatic forest plus terrestrial forest. Aquatic ocean forest is 70% of forest, which gives us 70% oxygen. That means it catches 70% of the carbon dioxide. And land forest is 30% of the oxygen it gives us. So it is catching hold of 30% of the carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide को trap कर लिया, तो global cooling होता है. So very simple. You know, you are teachers, you are better at this than me. Once we go into these details, how are we going to teach this to the children? You will know better how to do it. But please remember the percentages. Okay. So, as an NEP 2020 response to current global challenge, we started with 150 children and we have gone up to now 400,000 children. This is the Sagarmitra model. As one photograph, we show here a small vehicle, Nashik Municipal Corporation Sagarmitra truck. So the municipal corporation has kept a separate vehicle for Sagarmitra. And these students are from one school. Me and Captain started on 14th of November last month, that is six months before. And now there are 230 schools activated. First there were 30 schools, then 200 schools, and now in June, July, we will be activating 300 schools. So we are going from activating students to activating schools. The model of activating schools is exactly what you are seated in. We try to train 2 teachers per school. 2 teachers per school. So the government of Nashik district and Nashik city have accepted the program, which was given to them in a 6-page document with a 48-page detail, and they accepted the program. It's a government program now. The program is part of the Kumbh Mela preparations. So through the Sagarmitra-Pavanmitra model, if we want to engage the children to current global challenges, if we want to engage the children to global warming and global cooling activity, we have proved to ourselves and to the government that over 16 years of Sagarmitra, policy alone cannot solve the pollution. Behavior change in the masses is required. Behavior change through family teaching and school training. Sagarmitra does both the things. When the child learns in school, they go back and teach their parents. Balak se palak. Now this is the scoreboard given below. It is our dashboard. Till now we have engaged 400,000 volunteers through Sagarmitra network. 1,120 tons are recycled. That means 1,120,000 kilos have been recycled. And we are in Maharashtra and Karnataka officially. Now we are looking at 5 more states. We will look through Ayodhya. We are also looking at Kathmandu now. Before the COVID, we were in New York, Brooklyn schools, and before COVID, we were in Morocco in a town called Beni Mellal, and we were in Morocco also. So culturally also, Indian culture, Moroccan culture, American culture, we show the same slides. We don't change the slides because what the slides represent here are global culture. It is not a regional culture that we are giving. As Captain said, our parent organization is Vishwa Sanskriti Ashram. That means universal culture where we say the prayers of all the religions. So from our think tank has come up this program. We have now ground validation with 400,000 volunteers. Of these, 100,000 came in the last 1 year. And 1,120 tons recycled, and we are expanding very fast. Now there is a song which we made for the children. And this song summarizes all that I have said to the children also. Yesterday we were in Kalyani school and the children wanted to hear this again. Captain, you will have to prompt me whether the sound can be heard. Okay?
We can hear the song.
Yeah. The volume might be larger, so you please arrange your comfort for the ear from over there. And keep the volume there because some of them don't get the reception well. So इसका lyrics हिंदी में यहाँ दिया है.
सागर बच गया, सागर बच गया, बच्चों ने उसे बचाया. मछली खुश है, मछली खुश है, सबने प्लास्टिक उठाया. आप भी उठाओ, हम भी उठाओ, उठ गया प्रदूषण साया. बालक बदला, पालक बदले, बच्चों ने सिखाया. बालक बदला, पालक बदले, बच्चों ने सिखाया. सागर बच गया, सागर बच गया, बच्चों ने उसे बचाया.
I think it says what is to be said. There is a last dashboard which I will read. Sagarmitra students collect. Now this is the methodology. Very simple 2-line methodology. Very simple. But we have to make 10 rules and teach you those rules on the last session because many people don't understand these 2 lines very well. Sagarmitra students collect clean, dry and empty waste plastic only from their home, never from outside the house, only from their home, and bring to a collection point, which is a school, once a month. They don't bring it every day, they don't bring it every month, every week or fortnight, they bring it once a month. So the bag is kept at home for 1 month. सागर मित्र विद्यार्थी स्वच्छ, सूखा और खाली टकाऊ प्लास्टिक केवल घर से इकट्ठा करते हैं और महीने में एक बार वो संकलन के केंद्र पर लाते हैं। मैंने हिंदी करके बताया, मराठी लिखा हूँ। मैंने हिंदी फिर से पढ़ता हूँ। सागर मित्र विद्यार्थी और विद्यार्थिनी साफ, खाली और सूखा जो प्लास्टिक है, जो केवल घर का है, उसको इकट्ठा करते हैं महीने के लिए और महीने में एक बार स्कूल में लाके देते हैं। इतना छोटा सा प्रोग्राम। So there is something about the ocean that we have to learn here. It is not necessary that we show this to the school children. If they are 8th, 9th standard, we show this. But it's very important to know about the ocean. We must save the ocean as our main water resource. It is our main water resource. Many people say it's salt water. Salt water is our main resource. Our sweet water comes from the salt water evaporation. We must save the ocean as our main water resource because the ocean gives us these free gifts. 100% of the forests are kept alive by the ocean. Salt water keeps 70% forests alive, and the ocean sends the rain, and the rain keeps the land forest alive. The rain comes from the ocean, no? So 100% of the forests are kept alive by the salt water and the sweet water. The source is the ocean. 100% forest दे दिया. All greenery is the source of our fruit and vegetables and all the food. If I am a goat or if I am a cow, then greenery is my food. If I eat non-veg, then all those animals might be my food. So the ocean is keeping alive the greenery, and the greenery gives us the food, green food or animal food. So 100% food from the forests. So 100% forest is the food chain. So 100% food भी दे रहा है. अच्छा, ये तो है ही कि 100% पानी तो देता ही है, सॉल्ट वाटर भी देता है और बारिश का पानी भी देता है, तो 100% पानी भी समंदर दे रहा है और 100% ऑक्सीजन भी दे रहा है, सारे पेड़ों को जीवित रखता है, keeps all the oceans alive. So the ocean forest gives us 70% oxygen, and the land forest kept alive by the ocean's monsoon, that is also giving us oxygen. So you try to see how we say to the children, all the trees are kept alive by the ocean, all the solid food is kept alive by the ocean, all the liquid water is given to us by the ocean, all the gas oxygen is given by the ocean, solid, liquid, gas and life, all of this given by the ocean, and we say Bhugol or geography as a subject. We should say Bhujalagol या geohydrography. So this is very important to understand. We may not be able to tell our children within one lecture, but 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, they are with you for 5 years. Once or twice you can show them, and then gradually you will see that the children, by the time they pass out of the school, they know it so well that the ocean is the source of everything that we need: oxygen, water, food and forest. So be a Sagar Mitra, be a global cooling trustee. As a result, you will create the Vaigyanik Drishtikon in the child, the Adhyatmik Mulya in the child, the Loka Sahbhag in the child, the Jagatik Nagrikatva in the child. In English, you will create a scientific point of view in the child, scientific temper in the child. You will create spiritual values in the child. You will create the Lok Sabha, because the children are actually picking up the plastic in tons, and that is work for the city. You know, the city doesn't have to pick up that. So this is a community engagement which is actually helping the city with hundreds of tons of plastic, not coming into the city expenses. Jagatik Nagrikatva, any child who embraces the ocean can no longer think of only one country. They start thinking of the whole planet. So we are seeding the national education policy, the 4 pillars of national education policy. All schools are going to be audited on scientific temper, spiritual values, community engagement, and global citizenship through NEP. That is called as the School Quality Assessment and Assurance Framework, SQAAF. Learning Sagar Mitra prepares you to create a program in your school, very easy program, where when the Inspectors come in order to inspect your school and ask if the scientific temper, spiritual values, community engagement, and global citizenship is ready. You can say Sagarmitra is here, and you can explain very easily. We have seen what are the format in which they do the assessment and the audit. Sagarmitra helps the school to pass the audit in flying colors. This has not yet started in all the schools, okay? It is going to start in every single Indian school. So some things I'll skip because they are repetitions. These are 5 rules of safety for the child. We are going to take the details in Hindi and English. This is Marathi on the last day. But I just want to show that there are 5 rules and 5 more rules. That is how much we care about the children. So I just showed you the number of rules. This we will take in detail in the last 4th session. So we have 10 rules of safety for the child. Now this is our Earth Day award, which because of the hard work of the children for nearly 14 years in 2024, we got the Earth Day Great Global Cleanup Hero Award for our children. So we have a third-party validation at the global level from earthday.org. This is at the government level. We are having, the governments are calling us, we never have applied. Here is the Deputy CM. He is now no longer with us, Ajit Dada Pawar. But this is our first meeting with him. Within a month, we had a MOU with the government with 303 pilot schools and 156 villages where we are teaching the Sarpanch and the Gram Sevak. Our version of Sagarmitra for the villages called Sagar Gram. You can see the exchange of the MOU with the divisional commissioner and the collector. Now, in Karnataka, we did a similar, the program we are doing with you online, we did an online program with 100 teachers. We were given 100 teachers in the batch. So this is the result of our online program. This goes on and on for 2 minutes. So we have now more than 300 schools which are activated there through only online training. Can you imagine that this we do all over India in every school? Now we'll try to bring before you in our 4 sessions how this is easy to do and there is no effort involved. You'll see an effort involved in this. The teachers are there because they were taking a movie. Otherwise, the methodology is simpler than what you can see here. This is a rural school.
ಸ್ವಚ್ಛ ಭಾರತ ಇದುವೇ ಸ್ವಚ್ಛ ಭಾರತ ಸ್ವಚ್ಛ ಭಾರತ ಇದುವೇ ಸ್ವಚ್ಛ ಭಾರತ
ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದ ಹಳ್ಳಿ ಹಳ್ಳಿಯಲ್ಲೂ ಸ್ವಚ್ಛತೆಯ ಗುಣಗಾನ
ಬಂದಿದೆ ನಮ್ಮಯ ಗ್ರಾಮಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ವಚ್ಛ ಭಾರತದ ಅಭಿಯಾನ ಸ್ವಚ್ಛ ಭಾರತ.
So some teacher decided to put the Swachha Bharat song there. So we are showing this video of one rural school all over India wherever we go. So a single school can create some reel which becomes useful for us to show all over wherever we go. One of the results of our success of the program was they got 6,000 college students to learn how to be Sagarmitra volunteers. And this was conducted by the MLA and MP, the Member of Parliament of Davangere, the Member of Legislative Assembly of Davangere, the Karnataka Pollution Control Board Chairman, the Zilla Parishad CEO, and 6,000 students were given to us. So I am trying to give you an idea that when we start with Sagarmitra, you will be working with a knowledge partner which has experience with the government also. This is a part which is not available to the teachers, but here I do want to show you that 400 participants from all the talukas of Davangere district were represented. The block development officer, the Sarpanch, the Gram Sevak, and the principals. And one of the end results of this is 75,000 students reached, and in the first 6 months, they have collected 3 tons of waste plastic. So the program works. there are some pledges which are there. If I say one pledge, you will sort of understand what the people pledge themselves into. We the people in every family of Davangere district. See, the family unit is important. We the people in every family of Davangere district pledge to segregate our family waste plastic at home and to send it for recycling to protect the Tungabhadra river and the Krishna river and the river basins and to protect the ocean forests. So we always link it with the ocean forest. So scaling up in Nashik, this is we are training the Nashik teachers. I'm going to rush through this. Okay. This is the Nashik pledge, and this is the online training going on of the Nashik teacher, exactly the way we are taking with you. And this is our presentation to the ministry and the ministers. And this is how the media picks it up, 200 schools added to the earlier 30 schools. And these are 150 teachers being trained on the ground. Me and Captain had gone there. And this is the government report they have given who were the collector and commissioner present, and that they decided Nashik Municipal Corporation must undertake the Sagarmitra program. And this is the plastic that they bring, and they have created a recycling plant. The government is recycling the plastic in Nashik. So these are the vehicles. You can see Captain Bodankar here. This vehicle was rejected because it was a dirty vehicle. We asked for a clean vehicle, which will take only clean plastic. It will never take any other garbage. So they gave the clean vehicle for the first 30 schools. Now the vehicles will increase as it goes to 530 schools. This is a ground result in Nashik. It is our latest expansion. No? So the students bring plastic like this. This is another example. They bring plastic like this. And this song I won't play again. I'll not play again. The children are learning that this plastic saves the ocean. For every 10 kilograms that the school brings, we save 1 square kilometer of lake, river, or ocean. 1 square kilometer of water body. 10 kilos of plastic will pollute 1 square kilometer of water. This is what I'm showing is the official video of the Nashik Municipal Corporation. But I wanted to show it because this is produced not by us but by the government. You will also notice that Harit Kumbh is given along with Sagarmitra-Pavanmitra. It's a Kumbh Mela program. These are the commissioners of the city.
स्वच्छ भारत का इरादा कर लिया हमने, देश से अपने ये वादा कर लिया हमने.
Again, I won't go into the whole movie. Just wanted to show that even the government is creating Sagarmitra movies. This is another example of a taluka where they have given us 75 villages. We are training 75 sarpanch and 75 gram sevaks. This was the program which started it on. In Sangli district, I'm going to rush through this. These are the teachers who are taught. These are their phone numbers. These are their talukas. These are their villages. Per 10 talukas, there are 10 talukas. Per taluka, 3 villages are taken. The work is going on. So we are engaged as Sagarmitra in knowledge partnership with government, with NGOs, with many others. So you can trust that the program will give you something very solid, which once you start doing, there is an irreversible gain which comes. This is what happens in a village. Village collection going on. The village you will see starts looking clean, not a single piece of plastic anymore. So from here we come to what is going to be one of the presentations in one of the future sessions, but I'm going to show you a bit of this. This is one of the first slides we show to the children after the global warming slide. And we said that from now on, don't let go of the map of the world. Don't wait with only the map of India, or when we taught in New York, don't wait with only the map of USA. When we taught in Morocco, to the children we said, don't wait with only the map of Morocco. Israel children should not have only the map of Israel. Ukraine children should have the map of the planet. Russia, planet. We want the entire schooling systems to first make sure that the children love the planet first and then they look at their country. Otherwise, there will be wars forever.
वृक्षवल्ली आम्हा सोयरी वनचरे वृक्षवल्ली आम्हा सोयरी वनचरे.
The children, we have to create the memory of the ocean forests and show them the ocean forest in different ways. So you can see a huge ocean forest in the Pacific Ocean here. Massive forest. 10 Bharat बैठ जाएंगे उसमें. This is the cooling engine of the planet, and we are killing this with plastic. How we actually destroy this with plastic is our third session, which is called as Sagar-Pradushan. Today we are into the introduction, so we don't go into the nitty-gritty of the details.
वृक्षवल्ली आम्हा सोयरी वनचरे वृक्षवल्ली आम्हा सोयरी वनचरे.
So this is 12 years of the ocean forest moving to the north, moving to the south every 6 months. Please try to understand, why does the ocean forest move towards the north and then towards the south? It follows the sunlight. It is the proof that to ensure photosynthesis, these forests move to catch the sunlight, because the sunlight moves to the Tropic of Cancer. Then 6 months it goes to the Tropic of Capricorn. So these jungles are so intelligent that they follow the sun. They physically move towards the sun and they physically move for the sun. The lesson it teaches us is they need the sunlight. So if a layer of plastic comes on this and prevents the sunlight from reaching this forest dies. Now there is almost an equal amount of plastic also. The horrifying thing is, see, the total area of the oceans is 360 million square kilometers. Out of that, about 150 million square kilometers is covered with greenery. The colder waters don't have much of the greenery. The tropical waters have the maximum greenery. The equatorial waters have the maximum greenery. And so somewhere about 150 million square kilometers is covered by the thick forest which floats on the ocean. And on this 150 million square kilometer forest, we have now polluted 120 million square kilometers with plastic. You see the green patch here, and you see the plastic patch here. It's horrifying. The plastic patch is so thick. At some places it is 30 feet thick. At some places it is 4 feet thick. So in Sagar-Pradushan, we'll be taking the details of this. Firstly, today we have to understand that as teachers, we must look at national education policy and look at a global program. Yes, look at the global program. गली से दिल्ली देखना बंद करे. गली से दिल्ली तो देखे, पर गली से मॉस्को भी देखे, गली से इजराइल का कैपिटल भी देखे, गली से ईरान का कैपिटल भी देखे. Our gully has, our basic greenery is in the ocean, and that is cooling our planet, and our plastic is killing it. So this is the way the plastic falls. Because of the slope, it goes to the river. We saw the plastic in the river, so we got into these boats and we started chasing the plastic. So these boats are not motor boats, but they are kayaks with the oar, I am seated in this particular boat. So for 10 years, we went in these boats. For every year, we would go for 450 kilometers, studying the plastic in the rivers. So this is how we went. This is one of the most beautiful sights. Awesome. This video is from 2003. That's a long time back, more than 20 years back. So what did we find when we went in these boats? We covered 11 rivers in Pune district. Our teacher, Dr. Vishwas Sevle, taught us that you must, to be an environmentalist, you must travel on the river for 40 kilometers, 60 kilometers, stay on the river for 15 days, only for the night come out of the river and then go on the river again, meet the fishermen where they live. And we found in this is our journey which used to happen. This particular journey is 2006. You can see the dates, 3rd October to 14th October. 2006, this journey gives a timetable over here, and we went on boats over rivers. And what did we find? In 10 years of doing this, what did we find? We found plastic in the dams and on both the banks, plastic adhering to the trees, and tons and tons and tons and tons of plastic. And we found that 120 kilometers under Pune, I live in Pune. So I am guilty of this, that my Punekars, people who live in Pune, have thrown plastic. If you throw on the ground, because of the slope, it goes to the river. There is a slope, no. The slope takes it to the river, and the river takes it ahead. So here is 120 kilometers below Pune, downstream of Pune, outside the municipal boundaries of Pune. The municipal commissioner has to see this is a Pune problem. This is not the problem of the downstream people. This is Pune plastic. If you pick out the plastic and try to see, you will find the addresses of Pune shops there. So all the cities and towns between Pune and this particular dam, which is called as Padgaon ka Bandhara, we found tons of plastic. Like this, we found 54 dams in 450 kilometers. 54 small dams in 450 kilometers, filled with plastic everywhere. And then we found the macro view. This is Krishna River. This was the Bhima River, which I showed you. This is Pune, where I live. And we found in these rivers the plastic going into Karnataka. Koyna River, plastic goes to Karnataka. Krishna River, plastic from Maharashtra goes to Karnataka. And from Malaprabha, Tungabhadra, Vedavati, Varadha rivers, the plastic goes Maharashtra and Karnataka, plastic going to Telangana. Then Telangana plastic taken by the Krishna River and the Musi River from Hyderabad. The Pune plastic, the Bangalore plastic and Hyderabad plastic all coming into the Krishna River. And the Krishna River takes the plastic into the Bay of Bengal. And like this, all the rivers of India are doing it. What are the rivers of India which throw plastic? Krishna River, Godavari River, Mahanadi River, Brahmini River, Suvarnarekha River, Damodar River, Ganga River, Brahmaputra River, the Indus River from Pakistan and India both. Then the Luni Basin. Then we have the Sabarmati River, the Mahi River, the Narmada River, the Tapi River, the Konkan River, the West Coast rivers. And then we have the Vaigai River, the Kaveri River, the Pallar River, the Penna River. All the major rivers I have named. Everywhere we throw plastic on the ground, but the slope is taking it to the Nala, from the Nala to the bigger stream, to the tributary, to the larger river. So we can no longer teach the children political map of India and the governance map of India, which says the commissioner will look after the boundary which is given to him. No, Maharashtra chief minister, Maharashtra chief minister has to look at the entire Krishna River basin. Yeah.
Yeah, we can also add the Saptakoshi from Nepal and the Ganga Yamuna from the...
Yeah, the Kosi River also. Because from Nepal, these rivers are bringing into Ganga River. And you know that even in the Himalayas, the plastic is there and that is coming downstream into the Nepal rivers, all the tourists. So we can, if we want to point a finger, we have to point at every human being, 8 billion people. And why did we select plastic? Plastic is the footprint of our competitive consumerist greed. We are buying more things than before, each of us. If I build a new house, though I don't need a house, I am buying the cement and the metal, steel, which is destroying my mountains. So every one of us is using a car. So the steel came from a mountain mine which destroyed forests. So we have to realize that civilizationally something is seriously wrong. We have to bring the attention to plastic because plastic is the footprint of our competitive consumerism and greed. It is the footprint of that. Plastic by itself is harmful, but studying plastic brings us into the behavior of human beings. This is the layer of plastic on oceans, which doesn't allow sunlight to go down, and so the forest dies. So we have a plastics problem. This is amongst the last slides now. This is the plastic, how it covers the oceans. Massive. 1/3 of the ocean has been polluted. So we say that start with Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. With a quiet mind, don't get carried away by only the pollution of one country. Keep a quiet mind and you'll see the pollution by all countries. And don't get carried away into what we have been taught. Forest means land. Forest means land forest. We have to be a little cool and calm, and then we'll find that if we fill our ghaggar with only land forest, then the ocean forest will not come into our ghaggar. The sagar will stay outside. हमारा एक घाघर बन जाएगा. So if we are calm and peaceful, we are able to see further, and the Shanti changes into Maitri. And when the children become the ocean friends, Sagar Maitri, then we find the children are growing into global citizens. उसको उत्क्रांति कहते हैं. So I'm just going to show you maybe 1 or 2 slides more. There's a small song that we have. We can listen to it and then I discuss it and I will end this.
वही बदलाव बनो जो प्रकृति देखना चाहती है, वही परिवर्तन लाओ जो उत्क्रांति सिखाती है.
Be the change that nature wants to see.
वही बदलाव बनो जो प्रकृति देखना चाहती है, वही परिवर्तन लाओ जो उत्क्रांति सिखाती है.
I think we are at the end. Raju, I'm just going to show them how the training program is going to progress here.
Yeah.
So we completed introduction to Sagarmitra Abhiyaan. We have completed along with the context, NEP context and other context. 14th June, Sagar Manthan, the 3 oceans. This is the cultural context of NEP 2020 and Kumbh. So how are we going to catch hold of the minds of the people in large numbers? Sagar Pradushan on the next Sunday. Who polluted the ocean? How much ocean is polluted? What are the lethal ill effects of that? And 28th of June is Sagar Shuddhi, policy and behavior change at the mass level for teachers and students. Once these 4 sessions are over, you will be qualified as a basic Sagarmitra teacher. You can start in your school. Don't jump to starting in other schools. Start in your school, not in all the classes, but in one class, not in all the divisions, but in one division. So if you are teaching 8th standard and ABC is there, just teach 8B. Just work with 30 to 50 students for 3 months after this training. So you will sort out all the issues with a small manageable class. After that, when you expand, then it is up to you whether you take 2 classes more or 100 classes more. You will be able to do your self-evaluation and your self-evolution. Every school can find their own path, But once you do this 4 sessions and you complete your school for 3 months, you may want to ask us many questions. At that time, we take the advanced Sagarmitra teachers training. All the teachers don't come for this. Some teachers come and say, I want to do the advanced one because I want to take this ahead. Then there is a question and answer session in which we do nothing but we answer your questions for 1.5 hours. Then we do Sagarmitra documentation and networking. Then family, school, parents, housing society coordination. And what about the transporter and the recycler? Who takes away the plastic? Who is going to recycle it? And then how to align with the 17 SDGs, 11 Indian citizen duties and NEP. So if you go into the advanced one, it becomes a total of about 8 sessions stretched out over 6 months. So this is the total program. I'm going to stop this here. Thank you so much. We started about 15 minutes late, Raju, so we may have extended a little.
Yeah, we started a little bit, correct. Yeah, so let's check out if anybody has any thoughts, any questions that come to your mind, because we have a good representation from Ayodhya, from Kanpur, from Bareilly, from Kathmandu, and from Lucknow. So we have fairly good representation. Anybody has any questions? Sunbeam School, yeah, Jingle Bell School from Ayodhya.
Any of our Sagarmitra members might answer.
Any
May I,
question,
sir?
any thoughts?
Soumitra, sir.
Yes,
हाँ,
Soumitra.
सौमित्र जी,
Yeah.
बोलिए.
Yeah, yeah.
बोलिए.
So, I think last sir का जो session हुआ था, वो it happened in the month of March, and
Yeah.
then in the month of May it was my session, and then last month we have we done one more session, and last month I had a poll, and I was asking ki what which session was the favorite session. Out of that, many teachers wrote Sagarmitra. Right. So there's nothing like, because even our support was not that much. We tried, because whatever time was we had, I and Anshu tried to help in it. And first of all, thanks a lot for putting us also on the GBTC trust. For that, thanks a lot. And there's nothing like like credibility, the value. I think whoever is here, they all are convinced about it. And like in the introductory session with the last sir also, we understood it. So definitely we are convinced that it is very simple, very impactful, and the very important thing is the behavioral change in the students. That is something very close to that, that really resonate that with me. And we are going to help whatever way we could. Like I forgot to ask, Ullah sir, please, if you can give me the list of the teachers who applied. So I will see whoever is not here. I will personally talk to them and see how can I bring them. And recording is already there, so I'll share recording with them also. So we are good to go with all these remaining 3 sessions, and we are going to learn a lot. And like we all know that, especially I'm talking about Ayodhya, that Ayodhya is now getting bigger, and more things are coming here. So definitely this is something very important for Ayodhya. And whatever way GBTC Trust and I, in my personal capacity, can help, will help. Only because this is something very good for the society. That is very important. So thank you very much, Vinod sir, Ullas sir, and Sagarmitra, for this first session. We are looking forward for remaining 3 sessions and next 3 Sundays.
Great, Soumitra ji, thank you so much for that feedback and input. And I'm sure with your leadership, whatever initiative you take up, it goes to a logical, success. So, yeah, even teachers who have
Good
not
evening, sir.
attended
May I?
this. Yes, Anamika madam, please.
Anamika ji, boliye.
Thank you very much, sir. Sir, on 27th March also, I joined that session.
Right.
And before that also, I used to teach my students, like I used to talk to them that plastic, we should reduce plastic. And whatever I could do, like in school, I used to make eco brick, and they also brought it. Sometimes we used plastic and made something, but real solution I couldn't get. I also wanted to do something with our children. But when Soumitra sir introduced me with with Sagarmitra, and I got that session, that day I decided I will also become Sagarmitra. And that the same day, next day I went and I talked to my children, I talked to the teachers, and they understood. Even SST teacher also understood that he is teaching only Bhugol. Now he has to teach Jal Gol. So really, I got goosebumps on that day also. And similarly, same also, I wish I can do a lot to change my school, my city, and I can bring more, clear Ayodhya we can make with the help of Sagarmitra. So I cross my fingers, I'll do my best, and I'll start in my school as the school opens.
Thank you so much.
Wonderful.
It increases our
Wonderful.
strength here. Thank you,
Very nice.
Anamika Mishra.
Yeah.
Anyone
Thank you so
else has
much.
any questions, queries, or?
So Anamika ma'am is the project leader of Smart Class, and she was the ARP also. So very strong pillar of GBTC Trust. There might be fewer people here, but whoever is there, they have the potential to connect 50 more teachers in this program. So definitely we'll do our best, sir.
Yeah.
For us, Soumitra Dubey ji, one person comes and we take with the same passion.
Yeah.
Because they are just like yourself, myself, and
Yes, sir.
Anamika Mishra ji, so we can change the world. So may I call out some names myself so that I try to prompt out. Dr. Ashutosh Singh ji, आप हमें बताइए आपको क्या लगा आज का सुनकर. पुनीत कौर जी, बाकी दो, हाँ बोलिए डॉक्टर सिंह.
जी सर, बहुत अच्छा सेशन था, और हम आगे प्रयास करेंगे कि आपके साथ मिलकर जितना अधिक से अधिक हो सके समाज को देने के लिए वो अपना प्रयास देंगे, और निश्चित तौर पर हम एक ऊंचाई हासिल करेंगे और हमारा स्कूल एक प्राथमिक विद्यालय है, सरकारी स्कूल है।
कहाँ है
जहाँ
ये?
पे
अयोध्या में है? कहाँ है?
अयोध्या में, अयोध्या से 20 किलोमीटर दूर रूरल एरिया में है, रिमोट एरिया है, लेकिन हम प्रयास करेंगे कि वहाँ पे और अपने बच्चों के साथ मिलकर सबसे पहले स्कूल और गांव को साफ करने की कोशिश करेंगे।
गांव के लिए भी हम ग्राम सेवक और सरपंच के लिए अलग सेशन लेते हैं जूम पर।
जी
Ashutosh
तो
sir
जी।
आगे
is
आगे
also our
आगे देखो।
volunteer, sir.
हाँ जी,
And Ashutosh sir is also a very important volunteer of GBTC Trust.
राइट।
He is our nodal officer in the Sohawal block. So that
Right.
is a block towards Lucknow. When we are moving from Ayodhya towards Lucknow, the first block is Sohawal block. So he is our nodal there, very key person, very much who is aware of all the possible schools and area, because his village is also very close to his school. So these persons definitely are going to, take it forward.
Is the person from Kathmandu still here? Our guest from Kathmandu?
Rakhi Malik, I think, has left.
Okay, we can just check because there are some phone numbers given here.
Yeah.
So one thing we can do
yeah.
next year, I may request is that we will start sharp at 5. So whoever is here, we will join sharp at 4, sorry,
Okay.
and we will finish at 5. So that we'll do from the next time. This is the first session, so some people were late because now you are here. So we will that 1+ should be there so that
It's
uh,
a 90-minute session, huh? I request.
it's 90 minutes,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay, so
So
4
to 5:30.
5, right?
Which is what
right.
we have almost done. No, we started at 4:15.
Yeah.
We are at 5:30.
5:30. Okay, 90
So
minutes
we have
session,
another
right, sir?
10 minutes now because we started a little late. We can just wait to see if someone wants to speak. Otherwise, we'll go ahead. Anshu Tripathi ji, you have worked hard for this. So would you like to say something? आपका नाम मैंने अभी अभी सुना सौमित्र जी के बारे में। अंशु त्रिपाठी जी, आपने काफी
He's
कष्ट
based
लिए
in
हैं।
Lucknow.
थैंक यू सर।
बोलिए।
सर एक्चुअली मैं अभी टीचर नहीं हूँ, एक
Okay.
जीबीटीसी में हेल्प कर रही हूँ, तो मैं यही सोच रही हूँ पूरे सेशन के टाइम में कि मैं कैसे हेल्प कर सकती हूँ सागर मित्र।
You have already done it. So by arranging this, thank you so much. We are in great gratitude and we are blessed that all of you are here.
Anshu is another
Thank you,
important
sir.
pillar. She is taking care of Super 60 program, in which
Huh.
last week Ulasa was there in the Inspiring Saturday. So these 62 students are there. Anshu, you can lead them in this project, and you can take one initiative and can apply all these things there also. So there's no problem. You have already 62 students.
Yes, sir.
From my
Yeah,
side, I
yeah.
will conclude with a small memory. We had a training of the city of Ambazogai, and a school had called us that only 3 teachers will send from our school. Will you take the training? I said yes. So Ambazogai is a city in Maharashtra. So we trained the 3 teachers over 2 hours into 4. That was about 2 years back. Now between them over a period, now they have created 55 schools. So the number is absolutely not important to us. What is important is the content of 90 minutes. That is why we call for 90 minutes. We should have the opportunity to hand that content over. That's all. Even if it is 1%. So we have kept the recording. We will hand over that recording. I have written here. We will place this session on YouTube and we will send you the URL. Those who missed can be asked to hear it also if they want to come for the second session. Okay. So, Captain, you can conclude for today. We can have a prayer then.
Yes, let's do that. Yeah, so even if people have not attended the first one, and if they come for the second, there'll be a little bit of a revision. So it'll be easy for them to catch up. And of course, the recording is there, so not a problem. What is it?
Motorola Moto से जो बात कर रहे हैं,
हाँ,
Sir, after attending the session on 27th, we took a story with pre-primary children creating a river and fish and garbage. The children came up with different observations and solutions. This the teachers know how to do, how to take the lesson deeper into the children. You know how to do. We don't have the experience here.
You
Namaskar.
can share some of the stories if you want. We can, give you time for that.
That can be on the WhatsApp also, no? That becomes a via media for our communication.
Correct. You could share it on the WhatsApp group, and everybody benefits.
Please check the WhatsApp. We will be placing small movies over there. So you can send those movies also. They are small reels. If you like them, you can send them also. We are not doing this for clickbait, but those are good movies. You can watch them at least. Once
Also,
in a
there was a
while.
question.
Yeah.
The question if this program is will be certified. So yes, surely, along with GBTC, we will be showing a certificate that these teachers are qualified to handle Sagarmitra session. Yeah. So Vinu, yes, you can
Shall we
conclude
end
with
with
a
a
prayer.
prayer? Yeah, a small prayer where Guru Nanak Ji speaks about the essential environmental forces on the planet. पवन गुरु पानी पिता, पवन गुरु पानी पिता, माता धरती महता, दिवस रात दुई दाई दाया, खेले सकल जगत, सतनाम 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 सतनाम. Next time we may say this prayer again and a little bit in the meaning I will go. बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. सबको प्रणाम. सबको प्रणाम.
Thank you, everybody. See you next Sunday.
Thank
Namaste.
you very much, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Bye
you,
bye.
sir.
Thank you so much.